How's it going, everyone? Akibana Zero here, ready to talk a little bit about some recent announcements regarding genlock. Some announcements that are quite worrying, actually. It's been come to light from a forum post by Gray last week, mentioning that genlock would potentially be, not potentially, like actually would be RT first exclusive, and that has come a little bit as a shock to the community at large. There's been quite a bit of discussion in my Discord server around this, but I've also noticed that throughout the internet there's been quite a bit of discussion as well, because this is, as far as I'm understanding at least, there is no real precedent for Rooster Teeth to be doing this. So far, it's always been that their content was available to everybody. But anyway, let's check everything out from the beginning, shall we? Let's check out the post by Gray. On Saturday, January 26th, just before the season finale of RWBY Volume 6, call it 9:30ish a.m. CST, both episodes 1 and 2 will drop on Rooster Teeth, the website, the apps, however you prefer to watch it. Episode 1 will be free for absolutely anyone to watch, and then you'll need to be a Rooster Teeth first member to check out episode 2. After that, keep coming back to share the fun and join the conversation as the genlock adventure continues. The remaining 6 episodes of season 1 will appear weekly, starting with episode 3 on February 2nd, Saturdays at 10 a.m. CST, taking Ruby's time slot. These episodes will be exclusive to first members. Not a first member though? Then check out the free trial with a handy-dandy little link over here. Keep an eye out for some more goodies coming out a bit later today, and a bunch more new stuff rolling out over the next couple of weeks. And then on the premiere day, please come join the insanity as we bring this amazing volume of RWBY to a close, enter the new world of genlock with its first 2 episodes, and celebrate all the amazing work that both Ruby and genlock crew, I need a good crew name, have been pouring themselves into. Based on the wording on this forum post, it seems to be quite clear that the show is not going to be exactly the way RWBY and other shows have operated, meaning that RT first members get to have first crack at episodes 1 week ahead of everybody else. It seems that it's going to be absolutely exclusive to RT first members. And sure, it seems like the show is only going to be very short, 6 episodes per season or whatever they're shooting for. Maybe this is just a pilot season, so to speak. But still, it's quite shocking to see how RT right now is deciding to handle this new show. It's looking amazing, don't get me wrong, it's absolutely worth it. But there are so many questions, so many concerns coming out of this I'd like to address over here, and I feel like there's not enough conversation happening. There was a brief mention on this recently on Achievement Hunter, is my understanding as well. I don't watch the show, so maybe somebody can clarify that a little bit, something I just heard in my Discord recently. This is quite an interesting turn for Rooster Teeth, because so far they've been relying on giving everybody the content for free. It used to be with YouTube. They would post them on YouTube after about a week of showing it to RT first members, and then they moved it all exclusively to their website. Still free, since their ad revenue wasn't working out on YouTube. Still free, and for the most part, Rooster Teeth was either relying on those who were willing to pay for RT first and merch sales. That's my understanding of it so far, and I feel that has been a pretty good model for them. They've been able to finance such a big project like genlock, and don't get me wrong, it's a pretty massive project despite the fact that it's only 6 episodes. They've put in a lot of tech into it. It looks absolutely stunning. I'm really excited to watch this show just from what it looks like, but also the talent that they've amassed to voice this. They got David Tennant, they got Michael B. Jordan. The list goes on, guys. They've poured a lot of energy and a lot of money into this show, and I get it. But here is where the big but actually comes into play over here. Here are my concerns. I'm going to start with a more minor one, let's put it this way, but it's also something that's quite personal to me as well, because I'm a reactor, right? Because with this show being exclusive to Rooster Teeth first members, what's going to be the policy regarding reactions? Because so far, it's been pretty logical that Rooster Teeth has allowed us to do reactions because they already provide the episodes for free anyway, so it doesn't really bother them, or it doesn't cut into their bottom line or anything like that, because the episodes can be watched for free. They don't need to wait for the for reactors or anything like that. They could just go to the Rooster Teeth website and watch it. No problems there. But this show is going to be behind a paywall. Rooster Teeth is going to be expecting people to pay to watch this show. So how is that going to affect reactions? Will we be able to do them? Will we be given a grace period by which we would have to wait like we have right now? It's just that it's going to be so that people can get the initial hype in and watch it. Are they going to give us until the whole show is done and maybe another grace period and then allow us to do reactions? Or are they just going to basically say, sorry guys, no reactions? And that is quite concerning to me as a reactor, because primarily how I've engaged with the shows made by Rooster Teeth has been through reactions. And to be quite honest, I don't think, and this is a direct message to Rooster Teeth right over here, I mean, I might have checked out Ruby because of BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, because that's kind of how I stumbled onto the show. I might have checked it out, but I don't think I would have engaged with it as much as I have right now, because it's been your amazing community, Rooster Teeth, that has enticed me, that has encouraged me, and that's gotten me to continue watching, and not just watch, but also really engage with the show and really appreciate all of the energy that the community puts behind the memes and the puns and the ships and all of that stuff. Rooster Teeth shows are far more than just what you're creating over there. It's your community, and it's these people who are willing to pour in blood, sweat, tears, and money into your show, if you believe it. Because there are people out there who are pouring money despite the fact that they're not paying for Rooster Teeth first. And this is where my second and my biggest concern comes out, is how is this going to be received by the community, and how is Rooster Teeth going to handle that? Because on the one hand, it could be the community might be like, okay, fine, we'll pay for this show, and that's great. And this is voting with your wallet that, yeah, we're gonna want you to continue doing things like that. On the other hand, though, there might be people, and a lot of people for that, who are going to feel completely isolated by this. They're going to feel like you are taking away content, or you are holding content hostage, which is a big concern that a lot of people have when it comes to content in this time and age. It's one thing when you're Disney, for example, you're just releasing shows and people have to pay for them anyway, and another when you've always been a studio that had content that was free, freely available, and people could engage with the content, share it, discuss it, and buy merch for it, and maybe make the choice of paying for it down the line when they have the ability to. These are two completely different concepts, and that is something that you really have to take into consideration. Again, personal message to our Rooster Teeth right over here is that if it were, like, once more, if it weren't for this amazing community sharing and all of that, people like me, reactors, and who do a lot to contribute to sharing and engaging with your content and getting more people hype about your content, I feel that this will kind of not exist for genlock at the very least. And that would be a crying shame, considering that it looks like such an amazing show, which again, I've been so excited to watch, and personally I will watch it. I am a Rooster Teeth first member, but that doesn't go for a lot of people. I've heard from people who are not Rooster Teeth first members, but they do feel that they contribute to what you do via merch or something like that, and they really don't have any means, or they don't feel like they should be paying for a subscription to watch the show. We're probably gonna have to wait and see what happens, because on the one hand, people might, like I said, vote with their wallets and say, yeah, sure, keep on doing that. We're fine with paying, and that's perfectly acceptable. But on the other hand, it might be that people will not feel this, and maybe the hype for the show might just completely die out just because they weren't able to watch it just like everybody else did. And also, again, with reactions, which seems to be part of the Rooster Teeth content culture, what's going to happen with that? That is, once again, another important thing to ask here. On the one hand, I'm super excited for the show, having a crazy nerdgasm by having David Tennant on genlock, but on the other hand, concerned, very concerned, because it could be that the show might not end up having as much hype as other shows, which might mean that the show might get canned. It might not happen because it didn't return on the investment that Rooster Teeth put in, or maybe that people are not talking about it as much. Because let's face it, this is how, for the most part, a lot of things operate in this time and age. How do you guys feel about this? I want to hear from you. I want to know what you guys feel. How are you on in with all of this? Do you feel that this is a strange move from RT? Do you think it's risky? Do you think that it's all cool and it's all sunshine and rainbows? You leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know how you feel. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like and subscribe to my channel by mashing on that subscribe button because it helps a lot. And as always, I'd like to thank my patrons for supporting me. And you can do the same by hitting up patreon.com/Akibana0. You'll get early access to all of my Rooster Teeth reactions. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. As always, I'm going to catch you next time.